Okay, now this is the last slides actually before the summary. Let's go back to the continuity of the previous part. Thinking back to principle 9, mind games and your money. Okay, first we're gonna take overconfidence. Okay, investors tend to be overconfident. Simply put, people think they know more than they do. So this overconfidence applies to their ability, their knowledge, and their future. In fact, most investors think that they can beat the market. After all, why try to pick stocks otherwise? In reality, even the most professionals of all investors, mutual fund managers, consistently underperform the market. Overconfidence also leads to trading too often. Of course, there is a chance that those who trade more frequently earns higher return. To test this, one study examined the trading behavior of 78,000 households, dividing the accounts into 5 groups based upon their level of turnovers. They found out that net difference of 7% between households with the highest and the lowest turnover level, with those that are trading more and earning less. Moreover, those who trade more often do worse, not only because they experience higher trading costs, but because they tend to pick stocks that underperform the market. So this overconfidence, in another word, saying that you think you know more, but your knowledge does not prove that. Okay, and next you have deposition effect. Deposition effects involve the emotion of fearing regrets and seeking pride, resulting in selling winners too soon and keeping losers too long. So when confronted with the need to sell, investors are more likely to sell one of their winners and hold on to their losers. Why is this so? According to the deposition effect, if they sell a loser, they are admitting that purchasing it was a mistake in the first place. On the other hand, if they sell a winner, they now have results that they can feel proud of. The problem is that while they can now claim a winner, they also have to claim taxes. The real problem with deposition effect is that the aversion to recognizing bad deals and cutting losers. This is compounded by investors' overconfidence as well. And then thirdly, we have house money effect. The house money effect really reflects the way that gamblers act and the way they view their winning. If gamblers enter a casino with 5,000 and immediately doubles it, winning 5,000, that gambler will act differently with the new 5,000, taking on the risk that he or she wouldn't normally do. So the house money effect asserts that this is how investors acted during a dot-com bubble of the late 1990s. Once they made profit on their initial investment, they took risks that normally wouldn't take with these new earnings. This resulted in strengthening the bubble. And then the next one is risk aversion effect. Related to the house money effect is the risk aversion effects, where investors who lose money are more reluctant to take risks. This relates to the aftermath of the market downturn in the late 20s. Once investors lost money in stock, many of them decided stocks weren't for them and got out of the game completely. And then herd behavior. When investors see stocks moving one way or another, they have the tendency to join in and follow the crowd. Investors are afraid that others know something about an individual stocks and about the market that they don't know or they haven't figured it out. So the result is herd behavior. In fact, investors look at behavior and assume that is the base upon knowledge. In the end of this, they join the crowd and help to push the price in the direction the herd is taking, a kind of self-fulfilling behavior. Winners are always observed very closely, particularly when a good performance repeats itself a couple of times. New investors are attracted. Finally, no one wants to fight against the massive power of an increasingly majority when all investors running in the same direction. But in this case of herd behavior, the earlier batch of investors will gain the most, and the last who joins will probably gain a little or nothing at all. Okay. So as a summary, decide on goals and how much to set aside, then develop an investment plan. Interest rates are important in determining value of investment and are tied to the rate of inflation. There are different sources of risk associated with investment. And as your investment time horizon lengthens, invest in more riskier asset. Asset allocation ensures diversification and time dimension of investment in different classes. It is very difficult to beat the market, and as a result, you should keep your plan and invest in the long term. So that's all for this chapter 11. I will later share in Smart2 and also in your WhatsApp group for the breakouts of stocks, bonds, and mutual funds for you to read. Please read them closely. Yeah, thank you.